Is the Stargate program responsible for the tragic events of 9/11? A theoretical documentary brought to you by the self-proclaimed ambassador of Macedonia. Our story begins with a man named Dr. Daniel Jackson, a bright-minded archaeologist who for a large portion of his career has theorized that the pyramids were used as landing platforms for ships. For this theory he was ridiculed and insulted, but one day he was confronted by a woman by the name of Catherine Longford. She introduced Daniel to the Stargate program. She required his expertise with a long-lost Egyptian artifact. Daniel was taken to Cheyenne Mountain. When Daniel arrived, he was introduced to the Stargate, a large ring that was used as a gateway between worlds. Daniel, once there, easily deciphered the symbols on the gate, allowing a gateway to be formed. After some discussion, he and the military unit traveled to the other side. They then killed the self-proclaimed god Ra, freed the people, but Daniel remained until he was later reunited with his former associates in the series Stargate SG-1. After the usage of the Stargate became more and more common, and we have scenes where the characters voiced their concerns for the safety and cost of using the Stargate. We learned the Stargate costs a substantial amount to keep active, and if we take a look at the equipment used in the facility, one must wonder how much all of this costs. The program likely costs billions, perhaps even trillions, and we know for a fact that there have been breaches in security time and time again in the show. It is more than likely the people in office had a difficult time explaining where all the money was going while maintaining the operation a secret. And keep in mind, all of this takes place before the 20th century. On September 11th, 2001, the Twin Towers were hit, and the third building was then leveled by controlled demolition nearby, killing thousands of people, and at the same time, the Pentagon was also attacked. The plane hit the finance department, killing everyone inside, removing all evidence of the missing $2.3 trillion. All who questioned the government's official response were harassed, deemed anti-Americans, insane, or vanished from the face of the earth altogether. The Stargate program continued after this, and no one suspected a thing. All the while, the Middle East was torn apart by a war for fuel. The attack not only covered the government's tracks, but inspired hundreds of thousands of Americans to join the military and fight abroad in a misguided attempt to protect their own country and loved ones.